to another edition of 11 Mile Sessions Live, the live performance portion of it. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock, and you know what that means. Time for some live music. And in the studio, I have with me the gentleman known as Pedro Meadows. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. My pleasure. So we got lots of great music to play between now and 8 o'clock, and we'll be talking about a few things, including the upcoming Corktown Music Festival that's happening next week. All right, so what would you like to start out with, sir?
So I want to start out with a piano piece I've been working on. Just seemed like a nice way to start out the session.
All right. So, Pedro, at the beginning, when you were younger, what did you start out with? Was it the piano or the guitar?
I started out with guitar when I was 12 years old.
Mhm.
In fact, this guitar right here is my very first guitar. It's a 1950s classical. It was my dad's, and
Wow, handed down.
yeah, he never really learned to play it. It was just sitting in a.
Really?
I actually, no one in my family plays music. I'm kind of a weird anomaly.
So this isn't DNA here, you know?
No. I just, in fact, I'm going to switch over to the.
Yeah, go ahead and
Guitar.
do that while I'll talk for a second
And,
while you do that. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So, yeah, this is my first guitar, and I started learning on this one. I have a lot of guitars now, but this is still one of my favorite instruments. It's a beautiful nylon string, and I hadn't played it in months actually, like maybe a year. And I played a classical nylon guitar yesterday at Cafe 1923, and I wrote this little piece, and I came home and I started playing it, and I kind of made this song. Actually, I played it maybe like 3 or 4 times since since I wrote it yesterday.
So this is like a world premiere then, right?
This is a world premiere, and this is actually something that I think is kind of interesting about my songwriting is that I don't actually write down songs. I kind of just improvise them, and I improvise them over and over and over until a song comes out. So this is like sketch number 5 of I'm calling it sloth socks because I was wearing some sloth socks yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I like to wear fun socks, and so I liked my sloth socks a lot, and so I was like, okay, we got a song title now, and so yeah, this is sloth socks, a sketch.
What could I say? Make this okay. I'll follow the day. It shines away, and I wasn't fine. Just wasting my time. A single old rhyme. But now that I sign, what you do? What was that lie you told last night? You're singing your fight. Go back to the old sides of every between. Well, you swore it was me, and I never knew if I would breathe one more life.
All right. Not bad for a 5th try.
Yeah, yeah. And so I just make up the words as I go, and then I don't know what the song's about yet.
Oh, okay. Well, a work in progress, if you will. So that still amazes me. So nobody in your family played music, but you just somehow come to the where you're at now even. Okay. So what did you do? Rescue that from the attic or something? Because you said your dad didn't play it?
I think that when I expressed interest in wanting to play guitar, I meant an electric guitar, so I could be cool, like the bands I saw on TV. I wanted to be like Tom DeLonge and Blink-182.
You wanted to
and-
pick up chicks, didn't
Yeah, I wanted to be cool, man. And my parents were like, "Well, we don't want to buy you a new guitar because we don't know if you'll actually do it because no one in our family plays guitar. So we'll give you this one so that you'll definitely not want to learn to play it." And I was like, "Okay, challenge accepted." And I didn't like this guitar. I didn't appreciate this guitar until I was a bit older, and now it's one of my most cherished instruments. And it's kind of funny that like I hadn't touched it in like a year, and then yesterday, just by chance, I start writing this new melody, and I'm like, oh, I want to play that on the live stream because like that's the essence of how I like to write music is just in the moment and just
Yeah.
it's a moment in time.
Right, and this is like the raw, version of your playing. But it still sounds really good. I mean, that goes to show you the workmanship. I mean, yeah, to look at it, it's seen its better days, I guess. But as far as how it sounds, it's great. And that thing's got to be, 60 years old at least, maybe more?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was built in the 1950s.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It'll be around after we're gone, I imagine, as long as you take good care of it.
Yeah, that's the hope.
All righty. What would you like to do next?
So this is an older one of mine. I'd probably say this is probably the most difficult song I've written. It's a lot of finger picking, and it's a good one for this instrument. Before I switch over to steel string, it showcases the sound of this instrument, so I figure it's a good tribute to it.
Wow. So that you said that was the first one you wrote?
It's just an older song that I wrote after I got back from Spain.
Oh, okay.
So it's got a little bit of a Spanish hint to it.
Okay. So that's where you got some of your influence, I take it, as far as you're playing.
Not particular. I was only in Spain for a short time, but it was just I don't know. I get influenced from all sorts of places and styles, and for me, I think one of the things that I really appreciate is being able to not have anything that sounds too consistently the same. If it starts to be like, oh, this sounds too much like me, then I'll want to kind of shift up the style a little bit more, and so I like to be all over the place. I like to, I like movie soundtracks. That's kind of like that first one is a little bit more of a movie soundtrack. That second one's they're all a little bit different, but they're still distinctly my own. So that's kind of how I like to approach things.
Okay.
I'm going to switch to steel string.
All right. So I'm just going to keep talking for a sec while you do that. So it sounds like in a perfect world, you could probably like travel around the world, and maybe pick up some influences in other countries, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. I've written songs. I write music wherever I travel. I find it very. In fact, I find travel to be one of my favorite sources of inspiration. And what's interesting about traveling and writing music while you travel is that it doesn't sound the same when you get back. You try and play it at home, and all of a sudden it sounds different in your ears, and you're like, oh, I guess it was just meant to be on the road. Some songs, though, they come back with you.
Yeah. Okay. So did you have any training when you were growing up? After you picked up the guitar at 12 years old, did you have any schooling, I guess is what I'm trying to spit out, or?
No, I'm mostly self-taught. I took a beginner's piano class in college. I think it just showed me how to put my hands on on the thing. And then I've always just liked playing what sounded like I don't play many covers songs because I feel like I don't do them justice. I like to play my own music because it's what I feel, and so much of what I think is crucial to my playing is my feeling. And if you can tell when I feel it, and if I don't feel it, you'll know. And so being able to capture that feeling in my performance is like critical to my music, I think.
Okay, so it's a good thing that you didn't go the route that you were planning on originally. Like if you're going to do something like Blink 182, then you got to do the same songs every time you go out on stage. And it sounds like you'd be quite bored if you had to do that.
I would. I've come a long way since Blink 182. I still do enjoy their music, but it's I'm a little different now. I've grown a little. My musical palette has changed a bit since I was 12. So
yeah, and you've kind of outgrown the groupies and all that, or maybe not. Huh?
What groupies? So yeah, this is another one. This one's a bit newer, and it's called "I Try." Pull this out of my way. That's worse. I shouldn't do that.
I forget all the thoughts swimming round my head, and I just get so damn depressed. But I don't mind as long as you're by my side. I know it'll be alright. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And I know, feel this deep within my soul. you find yourself a brand new life. Never made it right. Yet now that I know, and I know, and I know, I feel this deep within my bones. I'm just starting to fit in. The world's colliding once again. Falter forth, but I'll never win. I guess I'll start over once again. And I'll try, yeah, I'll try, yeah, I'll try. Oh, I'll try, yeah, I'll try, and I'll try, yeah, I'll try, and I'll try, I'll try, and I'll try, yeah, I'll try, and I'll try, I'll try, yeah, but nothing ever goes quite right. But everything I do, it all reminds me. Yeah, 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 yeah. That you were not the one who'd stand beside me again. So fucking caught up in my head, I'm filling with existential dread now. I guess I cannot win, and I get so far in my head, and I can't get back. That's fine. I don't mind. I'll try again. I'll try. I'll try one more time.
All right. So I wanted to ask you, how did the singing develop over the years? Because obviously you're doing something a little more intricate than simply singing along to like major chords, because you're doing more than just simply major chords.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, I think it's just because I've just followed my ears wherever they take me. I don't know. I don't know. I listen to a lot of female singers, and I think that's actually like Great Gig in the Sky on The Dark Side of the Moon is like one of my favorite.
Oh, wow.
Like vocal rendition, like, and just like listening to that and just like hearing the way she sings. There was also a local band out of Michigan called Breathe I'll Breathe, and they had a singer, Andrea Beals, Monero Beals, I think, and the way she would sing was so. She was a cellist, and the way she would sing in that band was so inspiring to me. And so I feel like there's like a lot of like kind of like a vibrato and just I don't know. But I think that was kind of influential and just I don't know. That's the beauty of improvising is like when you're not thinking about it, you'll take the same bar of music and you can approach it vocally like a bunch of different ways, and it makes it so much more engaging and interesting. You come in off on the offbeat versus the onbeat. In fact, this style of songwriting that I do, this improvisational where I improvise it over and over and over again until a song emerges, or I'll do a recording of an improv take and then I'll like it and I'll listen to it and I'll tweak it. In fact, the first time I ever did that was this song called Insomnia. I'm going to play that one next. And so this is kind of this was the first song that I started doing this style of writing where it's just it's like just there's 3 chords in the whole song, but the way it flows is really what makes it interesting. The chords, the strumming is not particularly that interesting, but it's how the vocal bounces off of that dynamic that makes the song, I think, at least somewhat interesting. So this is Insomnia.
I didn't want to retract any of the prior statements to these facts that had resided, ultimately lining the truth. To knock, I'm knocking at your door, implore the score, I said although once before, but I could hardly count any of the words as they came out of my mouth. Now that's so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel so alive these dark nights, and these walls that I made in my bones. Now they crack and they creak. Oh, well, don't you know what I am saying or relaying? Oh, these facts that I just find so damn hard, so hard to convey. So then I packed my things. Well, I didn't know what to do, what to think, what else I was supposed to prove to myself. And I wish you well. What else can I do? Well, everything seemed oh so skewed. Well, to you, well, you couldn't consume what you can't exude. And I tried to tell you the truth, but you wouldn't listen to me. Call me an obsessive narcissist. Well, your words landed. You count the resentful, self-loathing, betrothing. These only two things that I know. Oh, no, I didn't have nothing else to show. No rock and roll down my road. No, you didn't have to go. You didn't want to know. You didn't want to change. You didn't want to grow. You didn't want to think. You didn't want to hope. You didn't want anything to be possible. Insomnia, well, my cornucopia. Euphoria, living in this dystopia. Insomnia, well, I couldn't make sense why you wouldn't make sense of this. Well, I couldn't make sense why you wouldn't make sense of it. And I don't want to change on the vein. I didn't stop, I didn't wait, I didn't miss you. But that's a lie, I tried tonight. A single word, I say goodbye and I kiss you. The sun's coming up and time for back. Another day, another me, another hour, another dream to have. And that's okay, I'll find my way just as soon as I fall right back.
All right, Insomnia. Yeah, it's something that's sorely lacking in the popular music today. People, just tend to just stick with formulas and do the same thing over and over again. They find something that works and they just keep doing it over and over again. And particularly with vocals, I've noticed, and people don't realize, I mean, I know you'll agree, when the vocals, your vocals are an instrument. They're a separate instrument. People just think, oh, he just sings. Well, or she just sings, but there's so many things that you can do with vocals.
Absolutely, yeah. And and that's one of the things I like is improvising is something that I find so empowering when I'm playing, and that's why I love jazz music, is like just like being in the moment, never taking the same thing twice. Like every time I perform a song, it's its own song. You know what I mean? I never feel like I've finished writing a song, because I'll always go back and change words around. I'll update songs and bring them into the modern day. Something that might have felt true to me 10 years ago, I play it now and I'm like, ooh, that I don't like the way that I don't like the way that one actually sounds so much. But if I change some words around now it's different, and if I maybe change the arrangement a little bit. So I like to just be fluid. I think that's like my main takeaway from playing music, and use all your tools available to you. If I can play guitar and I can do like a strumming and then like add in like a little bit of a lead line on the guitar and then do something with the vocal, then now you've got like 3 different parts, and it's like you can kind of arrange almost like a full band sound with just one instrument and your voice.
Yeah, and it probably makes it interesting for people that want to see you play live. So, even if you do some of the same songs, you're still not doing the same performance each time.
Exactly. And speaking of trying to get like more sound out of a performance, this next one, you can kind of hear like the full band parts emerging from it. Like this next one is really meant for a full band. I need to start a band. That's it's on the to-do list.
So
but
you can plug it right now if you want, if anybody's interested.
Yeah. Let's get some jams going. Let's find some collaborators out there. But yeah, if you hear this one and you're like, oh, I know exactly what I'd do to that, then reach out. So here we go. Stay the same. The same. I try sometimes, but these eyes are so blind. This truth that I I hope. I wanna stay, but I wanna grow. Well, I won't do what you want me to, what you wanna say, what you wanna do. Well, I don't
All right. So, with everything we've been talking about so far, I take it you're not much into like recording songs, making permanent versions of them, or?
I'm actually critically overdue to do just that. I think, I think there's something really great to having recordings, and I like the idea of actually doing like a live recording and then using that as the foundation to do overdubs on. I think there is something to a live performance that is kind of more special, but like a studio performance, I mean, I listen to a ton of studio music. That's mostly what I listen to.
Right.
I think there's a place for both.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now I've been focusing on trying to become a live performer because I'd never performed my entire life until about a year ago. I started performing. I mean, I'd done a couple performances, but I'd never really gotten it down. Like I'd done more like recording at home, and I didn't play music for a long time, and I just started really getting back into it and deciding, I need to do this. Like, this is what I want to do with my life. And so about a year ago, I started doing like open mics and booking shows. I'm just starting to book shows more now, and just really trying to do it. So I want to start a band. I need to do recordings. I've got like a little home studio. I just have to do it. It's a lot to do all yourself. It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so I told myself, this winter, I'm going to record. I'm going to stay in and be a shut-in hermit. And then I decided to go out and do karaoke instead. So what can you do?
Yeah, well, it never lands the way you think it's going to. So is there anything that is available that people can check out, or?
If you follow me on Instagram, it's Pedro Meadows, like out in the meadow. Like the grass or whatever,
Right.
but with a Z because some jabroni took the one with an S.
Bastard.
That's right. I'll never forgive that fella. But you can follow me on Instagram. I do a lot of like live videos at 4 a.m, and that's when I will do these drafts. And that's kind of these drafts. I'll do these like little live takes in the middle of the night, and they'll be kind of little takes, and like so like I did one for that first song I did, the Sloth Socks. I did one last night before I went to bed at like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, and so when I woke up, I had it in my head, and I was like listening to it, and I was like, oh, okay. And then the song becomes a little bit more familiar, and then you don't have to think about it. And when you can turn your brain off, in fact, that's why every time I perform, I'm stoned on marijuana. Because it helps me tune everything else out and focus on the music and how I'm feeling.
Whatever works for you, and it's legal now, so we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about Royal Oak pulling up in the parking lot after the show.
I'm not like stoned,
No,
but like,
I know.
It's just like it's one of these things where it's like it lets me focus on the music and really like I said, it's about feeling connected to what I'm playing.
Okay. All right. So Instagram would be the best place. Do you have any YouTube videos, you think? Or
I have an old YouTube, but I haven't done anything with it. And I've got a
Updated it?
Bandcamp with some really old recordings. If you want to hear 20-year-old me singing, some songs in my dad's basement, you're more than welcome to look up Pedro Meadows on Bandcamp, and that's on you. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some new stuff at some point. I'm overdue. I'm slow but steady.
But hopefully this will give you an extra little push playing tonight for
I hope
us.
so.
Yeah. And you have a Facebook where people can get more information about anything that's going on? Or?
Yeah, I've got Facebook too. I don't use it as much, but you can search Pedro Meadows on there, and I post about all my shows. And speaking of shows, I've got a show coming up next week at the Corktown Tavern for the Corktown Music Festival.
Yeah.
And I'm like really excited about that.
Why don't we talk about that for a minute? So I believe that's Saturday. You'll be playing downstairs at the Corktown Tavern.
10 p.m., yep.
10 p.m., so you're kind of like, a little bit upper middle, I guess, of the schedule, but definitely a perfect time to play and have people see you.
I think so. I'm really excited because not only am I playing at 10 p.m., but my friends in Hill Killer are playing at 10:30 directly after me on the stage upstairs, the main stage. And directly after them, my friends in Sancho are playing right back downstairs. So the three of us, all of us friends and and musicians together are playing back-to-back-to-back sets. And so it's going to be a perfect hour and a half little snippet for the three of us to all be right there with each other. And it's like our own little mini set within the festival. So we're really excited about that. And there's so many great acts that are playing. So I think everybody should grab a wristband for Corktown Music Festival because it's going to be great.
Yeah, CorktownMusicFestival.net. That's where you can get the wristbands ahead of time, or you can buy them at the night of the shows. It's opening night is this coming Thursday, a week from tonight, and then Friday and Saturday, 4 venues: Corktown Tavern, Gaelic League, Nancy Whiskies, and Batch Brewing Company. So you got bands in all 4 places. You know, whatever type of music you like, we got almost everything covered for you. It's one of the ways that as I get older, I really believe in fate. I believe in things that are meant to be because, you know, I didn't know you as artists up until this festival, all 3 of you. And yet somehow I managed to schedule that, still not knowing that you were connected in any way.
I know. It was, I remember when I saw the schedule and I got really excited. I was like, oh, this is perfect, you know, and now we can all we can all bring people out and just say, hey, hour and a half, it's perfect. Come hang out.
Yeah, it's almost like if you could just zero in on it and forget about everything outside of it. It's just there's a showcase there all by itself.
Exactly. Yeah, the show within the show.
There you go. All right, why don't we get to another song?
Perfect. I think let's see here. Should have thought of what I was going to play before. I'm going to go down to drop D.
That's okay. Ooh, drop D. There you go.
What I said,
So I'm sorry, what was that one called? Or
I have a bad habit of not naming most of my songs. I knew what I would call it a second ago, and then I forget.
And you might change your mind tomorrow anyway, right?
I might. Honestly, my songs, most of the times the title is either super self-evident or some completely random, obscure topic, like That's No Moon, It's a Space Station. I have a song called that. Really, I should just name all my songs like Star Wars things. That would be cool.
So some of the nerds would get it in the audience, like,
yeah, shout out to the nerds, and then everybody else would just be like, wow, it's so eclectic. So it would be fun. This is another new one, and it's a medley. I'm still working it out. I like playing these new ones right now because there's something about playing songs when they're still in that early days. Like there's just like a little bit of a mystique about them, and so it's kind of cool to get to hear a song evolve, and when you catch different takes of it early on, you can kind of hear, oh, that's when this started to change, and that's when this started to shift, and these little bits like that are I love to capture that.
It'd be interesting. I'll let you play in a second. If you could just take on purpose like one of those songs and just have someone like film or record it, as it progresses. So you could literally see it evolve from the first time you played it all the way until like the present.
Well, and that's That's what I actually do with my Instagram live videos at 4 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So you'll like my first take, like when I first start to write something, I'll be like, oh, let's get a take down. So, and I'll be like, okay, after I'll listen to the take afterwards, and I'll be like, it'll be a little rough around the edges, but I'll be like, is there something here? Or is it kind of, I don't know. And then if it's bad, I'll just be like, archive that, and no one needs to see that.
Right.
But if it's okay, I'll leave it out, and I'll see if people respond to it on the internet. And if I get some response that seems positive, I'll be like, okay, maybe there's something here. And then as time goes on, and the song starts to emerge, I'll do another take when it feels right. I just do it. I don't really plan it out. I'm just like, okay, I'm feeling this song tonight. It's 3 a.m. and I'm playing, and this is the song that is speaking to me right now. This is the one that like my heart wants me to play, and I'll do a little live recording. I'll be like, I don't know if it's gonna be a good one or not, and if it is, and I'm like, yeah, I knew it, and I caught it. So it's cool. I've got so many of these videos online, but if you go onto my Instagram and you like scroll through them or whatever, and I do it on Facebook too. In fact, I started doing it with Facebook, and I've kind of shifted over to Instagram more recently, but you'll see you'll hear like different motifs, and you'll hear, oh, that was this one part, and it was like almost its own song as a recording, and then it became part of a medley, and now it's 1/4 of the song, and it's this giant. And this song is also, this is like a medley of like, really, there's like 4 different. They weren't like 4 different like full songs, but like they could have been 4 different songs, and I was like, oh, you know what? These kind of can work together. They've got similar themes, and you can kind of. Sometimes the transitions feel a little bit jarring to me, but like as time goes by, that's the kind of thing that smooths out, and you kind of realize, oh, yeah, it's a little unexpected. People don't see it coming. Yeah. And it actually starts to sound good, and it sounds natural once you know it's there.
Okay.
So yeah, this one's still very fresh. So we'll see how it goes.
something in your eyes. And what does it mean to be someone who makes you feel alive? Feeling lazy on a Sunday afternoon. My mind is racing, but it always comes right back to you. And I know that's the way that it always seems to go. Oh, but you know how you make me feel. And I wanna believe love is real, but I don't. I falter forth and now I'm standing in the pouring rain. Didn't have a chance to make any sense of all the things, the pain. I was never gonna find a way outside my own brain. I know, it's getting better. I falter forth, but now I'm singing to the older past. Never wanted to make sense of all the things I never had. Everything I tried, I never made sense of all of this. I know, I can't explain it. But you make me feel so good. And I think I must have misunderstood. Because I want you when you're right next to me. Oh yes, I want you when you're far away. Now I've got to believe this is destiny. Oh, what do you say? Well, how can we spend today? Because I want you right here, right next to me. Oh, I want you, oh, can't you see? Now make me tired and pull back gently into a dream. What does it mean? But hold on, it's been so long. It's been 5 years, and I'm still here.
All right. Well, it has definitely been a pleasure, Pedro. We got time for one more. I want to thank you so much for coming down to play for us.
Okay, one more. It should be a short one then, huh?
You can go a little over, so you don't have to rush or anything. But
Okay.
um,
I've got one more that it's in Dadgad. So I'll just
Dadgad, I like that.
Dadgad.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're getting daddy gaddy in here.
D-A-D-G-A-D, yeah. I know I know a couple of songs that are in that tune. I just don't know off the top of my head remembering them, but
Yeah, I my friend, she was borrowing my guitar, musician Ash Lamba, and she was testing out Dadgad, and so I got my guitar back, and it was in Dadgad, and I was like, well,
might as
I've
well
heard
do a
about
song.
it forever. I might
Yeah.
as well give it a little,
Yeah.
test through. And I started writing something. I was like, you know what? Maybe there's something to this Dadgad.
Mhm.
And so this is it.
All right, once again, folks, Pedro Meadows.
I don't ever wanna leave you. No, I don't ever wanna leave you. I don't ever wanna leave you. No, I don't ever wanna leave you. And I know that it's wrong. So we said so long. I don't ever wanna see you. No, I don't ever wanna see you. I don't ever wanna see you. No, I don't ever wanna see you. And I know that you're gone. So I best move on. down on your knees. And now you're begging me, please, oh Lord, you're begging me,